everyone. Hello, hello. This is Katrina, the owner of Kathleen Creations, Wreaths and Things. Hey, hey, hey. How y'all guys doing? Well, check out what we got in front of us today. This video hopefully doesn't take too long. My back is kind of hurting me really bad, so I want to go lay down. But we know this is Sunday, and this is my day to come to you guys to make a video. So that's what we're going to do today. So I wanted to make a Mother's Day wreath with you guys, but I wanted to do something different, something I hadn't done. You know me, I'm always wanting to do something different. So I had this beautiful 21-inch ombre rose colored mesh, and I wanted to do something with it, and I knew I had this sign here. So it goes beautiful with this sign, but I was trying to figure out how do I put it together. So I'm going to show you the sign. It's a beautiful sign. It says, out of all the mothers in the world, I'm so glad you're mine. So this is just beautiful. It's a metal sign. If I'm not mistaken, I got this wreath at, I'm trying to think. It'll come to me. I don't think it was the regular lady I buy wreath frames from, or it could have been, but you know what, I have to think about it. I have to let you guys know. Somebody just asked that question later on in the comments, and I'll make sure I get that answer for you. I can't quite remember where I ordered this frame from, but you know what you need to do. You need, before we get started and get all into it, make sure you say hello. Let me know where you're checking in from. Let me what kind of crafts you do. I'm just trying to pull you guys up on Facebook so I can see your comments, and that way we can talk to each other as I do this wreath with you guys. So make sure when you come on, you say hi. Let me know you checking in with me. So this is the sign that we're going to use today. We're going to use some florals. I wasn't quite sure about it, but I think we're going to use some florals, and these is like pink, like a very soft light pink floral, little tiny flowers. So, and these came from Michael's. They called Spring Floral Blush, and these came from Michael's. So that's what these came from. We're going to be using these two ribbons here. As you can see, I've already done most of it already because I was trying out this method. I wanted to see how it worked, and I really love it. So I'm going to show you guys. But it's this green one right here with the, it's not quite white, so it's like a cream stitch in it. And then you have this rose colored ribbon here, rose colored, and it's really, really pretty. And this I got from Michael's. I think this one came from Craft Outlet, and this one came from Michael's. And this is the end of this roll right here. That's why I don't have the roll itself. And this one I ran out of, and I just received this today. Went to the store and got it today so I can finish with you guys. So that's the ribbon that we're using. So the florals assign the ribbon, and this is the Unique in the Creek board. This is the small Unique in the Creek board. We're going to be using this board to do this wreath. So as you can see, it's underneath here. So I wanted to show you the size board. I'm actually going to flip it over so you can see. So it's the same size board. It's a small Unique in the Creek board. So that's what we're using today. And we're going to go break down what you put on it and so forth and so on. I just want to get through everything that we're going to use today. We're going to use, I think, only 2 pipe cleaners. We're going to use a zip tie, but something or another. We'll get to it. I'm going to have some E6000 glue, and we're going to have some cable mounts because we got to attach these Chanel stems to this metal sign. So we're going to have that. Of course, we're going to have our trusty dusty Sure glue bonder gun, you know, the cordless one. You know, I love this one. So of course that is heating up over here on the side, so that's ready to go. But hey, when you come in, make sure you guys say hello. Oh, and for this one, I'm using some of these little chick clips to hold my mesh. And for this style of method, that the this wreath, you're gonna want to use some sort of clips. That's really going to help you out, because we're going to be folding a 21-inch mesh you know, over on itself and then folding again. So you want to try to keep it together. You'll understand it once I go through it, but you definitely going to need some chick clips. Okay, all right, let's get into it. Like I said, this is the board we're going to be using. Oh, let me show you the mesh again. This is a 21-inch poly deco mesh, and it's an ombre type of effect mesh. Let me explain something to you about this mesh. It looks gorgeous together because you can see the beautiful colors, right? It looks so pronounced, right? But once you roll it out, it is very thin. You see how you lose the color? It just fades in. Just fades in. So when you have mesh like this and you see them, and you're going to see them, they have beautiful spring colors, the ombre type of poly burlap with the beautiful colors blended in. Also, they have for the blue, white, and red one as well. Know when you roll it out, it is thin. So I'm going to show you what you need to do to get this effect here where you actually see, you can see the colors. You can see the color. Okay? So I'm going to show you, see how you can see the color come through? You can see the colors come through. So I'm going to show you what you need to do in order to see that. So just know this mesh is beautiful, but it's a very thin mesh. So you have to like double it up, and I'll show you how I did it to do this wreath so you can see the color. But it's a beautiful mesh, but no, you have to double up. When I first brought it and I tried to use it, it kind of, you know, was like, I was like, wait a minute, I can't see the color now. Now what's the point? So I had to figure that out. So I'm going to put this all over here, get that out of the way. Now, like I said, I've already done most of it. I only have 2 more to put in. The sign, and then I decided to put in some florals. So that's what we're going to do today. This is the small Unique in the Creek board. This is what I'm using today. So since we're doing the 21-inch fold over ruffle method, which I will show you, don't worry about it, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. We're going to go in to row number 3. We're not going to do anything in row number 1, row number 2. We're going to go straight to row number 3. And you say, Katrina, why are we going to row number 3? Because this is 21-inch mesh. You see how long it is? Let me put this here. See how long this is? So you need something for the mesh to hold on to. So you got to come down. See, you got to come down on your board. So we're at row 3. So this mesh has something to lean onto. And plus, if we come out any further, this wreath already is at 24 inches around. And this is just with the 8 rows of petals on row 3. Can you imagine? It'd be 28, 26 or 28 right here. It'd be 26, it'd be 28. You know we don't want to get too big with our boxes, right? Because then the cost of shipping goes up. So we go in to row number 3, and that's how we put it in. We put the Chanel stems, and we put the zip ties rather into the slots, okay? And it's 8 of them, and that's what I did, okay? So we go into row 3. Now we see that. So we got 2 that's available for us to put in. And then when I show you the fold over ruffle method, I'll show you how I did the ribbon. And the reason why I did that is because I want the length. I want the length on this ribbon. Because when you put the sign there, you want to be able to see how it just sits. It just like makes it a really nice little place for your sign to sit with the colors, and it brings out that green. Let me show you that green just brings out the green in this sign. I don't know if you can see it really good with my lighting, but that type of green is so pretty, and it goes so good with the sign. Of course, when you see it in person, it looks a lot more better, but it just brings out the sign so well. So I love using that green. So this is the Unique in the Creek board, okay? That's what we're using, a small one. So let me show you how we do this fold over ruffle method with this 21-inch ombre mesh. Okay, I'm gonna put this over here so it's out of the way. Uh-oh. Just knock that off the table. All right. So this is the 21-inch mesh, and you see, look how thin that is. You see how thin that is? Now what I did when I rolled this out on my table, I need to double this, right? So when I first rolled it out on my table, move some stuff out the way, and we gotta put our thing on our cable mounts in the back of our sign in a second, but I'm just going to explain to you how I rolled everything out. I went to 21 inches, right? Went down to my 21 inches, and I just held my hand there, and then I brought that line straight down to the one here, and then I rolled out another 21 inches. Okay, that gave me, you know, my double. So that's how I did it, because I don't have a mat that goes that long. So I rolled out the 21, brought where that 21 is, brought it back over here, and then rolled out another 21, and I cut it with my rotary cutter. That's how I cut the mesh. Now, this is where these chick clips is going to come in handy. So now we're going to fold it over, and we're going to double it. And the closer you get to the inside of the roll, the harder it is to do this, because you know it wants to curl up on you, so you know that. But you just, you know, just you know, mess around with it. You'll get it. You try to even it up as much as possible. Of course, deco mesh wants to stick to each other, so just work with it. You gotta take your time. Don't get frustrated with this wreath. This design, like I said, I don't do it that often. 21-inch mesh, I don't use that often, besides when I'm doing a poof method. So doing this fold over ruffle method is just something I don't do all the time, but it comes out beautifully. So I probably will start doing it more. So I'm just evening them up. Put my little chick clip right here. And you don't have to use as many as I do. I like having the extra. You know, making sure my ends are connected, everything's down and together. You know, just want to make sure. So we have them together, put it together, and it don't have to be perfect. It don't have to be perfect at all. So for some reason my video stopped playing, so hopefully you guys can still see me. It still says that I'm live, so hopefully you guys can still see me. So this is what we have so far. So now we're going to start the fold over part of this ruffle, right? We bring this side in, and we come in halfway, right? I'm going to flip it like this, because I just like working with this on the side. So we go over this end, because this is the raw end, right? So we wanted the cut end, we want it to be tucked in, hidden. We don't want the raw end being seen. So we take this end and we go over that raw end, and you just go over maybe about 1 inch or 2. That's all you do. You line this up here, try to line it up as best as you can, and you just take your clip and you clip it. That way that's together, right? That's how you do that. That way that's on Facebook. I want to make sure I get any comments if you guys are commenting. So I just want to make sure. So this is how this is. So we're going to take this one from the middle. We're not going to use the middle anymore. I always swing it around and work closest to me when I'm making my wreaths. So I'm taking this chip clip off. And see, now we got the fold over part of the ruffle, right? This is it. This is the fold over part of the ruffle. This is how we're going to put it together. Now, once you get to this point, we want to flip it over. So now that seam part is to the bottom. So we fold it over, the seam part is to the bottom. And we've done doubled it over several times now. So now you can see the color. And when you can see the color, you can see distinctly where the middle is. Because you got this on this side, and you got the little cream or light color right here in the middle. So this is going to be your center. This is where you're going to do your ruffling. This is the ruffle part of the fold over ruffle method, right? But before we do that, we're going to cut 2 more ribbon tails. Because we got 2 here, So we need 2 more. Remember, we got two more pieces we got to put in. And I told you I cut these ribbon tails at 16 inches. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut it at 16 inches. And we're going to dovetail it. We're going to dovetail it. And cut that. Let's roll this up and put this over. Hey Laura, how you doing? I hope your Sunday's going good. Thanks for joining me. So now we're going to dovetail them. We put them on top of each other. We fold it over. And you're going to cut from the closed part to the out part, right? So from, just do it on a diagonal. That gives you your dovetail. If you hear yelling and screaming and banging, that's my husband and my grandson upstairs playing. They play so rough with each other. So I put the ribbon on top of each other. That's how I put the ribbon on top of each other. And what I do is when I put the ribbon on top of each other, I want to try to even them up as much as possible. You see how that's evened up as much as possible. And then I fold it over and try to get crease. So you know that's my center. Okay? And do the same over here on this side. Fold it up where it's even. And then you just do a little crease. And that's what I do. I do a little crease. And then you can see that that's my center. So we got the ribbon tails ready. So let's prepare the sign before we do this fold over ruffle method. Because we need our sign to dry a little bit while we're using it. So I got my E6000 glue. I got me some cable mounts and some zip ties. Cable mounts and some Chanel stems. I'm sorry. And we're going to put, this is the sign, so we're going to put a cable mount up here and we're going to put a cable mount here. That's how we're going to secure this. Now once we put it on, if it's more wobbly, if it still has wobble to it, we can always add a cable mount on this side and this side as well underneath, and that will really make it secure. But we're just going to start with putting one at the top here. And how we do that is I like to put a little dab of E6000 glue to help it have that little bit more hold than just the regular hot glue. Put that right along the top and push it down. You give it a good push because you want that E6000 just spread on out. Get an even coat there. And then you do the same at the bottom. Cover this up really quick because you don't want no glue oozing out on you. Alright, how's everybody doing today? Don't forget when you come on, say hi, let me know you're watching. I know Laura's watching. I've seen her already. Who else is out there watching? So this is how I push it down really well. This is a metal sign. Then I take my trusty dusty glue gun, my shore bonder, and then I hit the sides with some glue. Okay, I just give it that little extra glue it down just a little extra more. I just like to make sure it will not come off because your wreath is going to be sitting in, so you want to make sure you secure the sign to the wreath. So that's why we had to do this, because we got to let this dry. So we're going to set this over to the side. So now we're going to get back to the ruffle part of the wreath. Okay, so remember we have the fold side at the bottom. We flipped it over. We need the center, and for some reason my thing keeps freezing. I don't know why. It keeps freezing on me. I've had no problem with my internet all day, then all of a sudden when I want a video, of course there's a problem. Okay, so we want to go right up the middle and we want to ruffle. So that's all we do, is we just ruffle. You do the same type of ruffle, same ruffle. You have it like this, and then you want to take it and you're just going to fold it over. So you have 2 pieces. You try to make sure they're even, which they are, right? So you have the same pieces. I leave my clips on the end. I don't take them off yet. I leave them there. You can take them off if you want to. I don't feel the need to rush to take them off, right? I just leave them there. Then I take my ribbon, and that crease, I know that's where the center is, and I rough up that center with one hand. And then you got your ribbon tails. Now right here where the center is, where your mesh is, where you ruffled up your deco mesh, is where you want to put your ribbon tails. Okay? And sometimes it may come loose. Don't worry about it. If it does, like just if it does that, don't worry about it, because it's this mesh. When you ruffling it like this, and when you fold it over as many times as we have, it makes it very thick. So you see how that came apart? I lost it. Don't get upset. Don't get mad. It's okay. Okay? Let me show you. We just go and we just do the same thing over again. Ruffle it back up. You fold it over. I wasn't holding it right the last time. You fold it over and take this and you ruffle the ribbon up again. And then you take it and you put it right in here. And then you hold it like you holding the rest of the mesh. And it looks a little tricky, and you will have to mess around with it. And you see how you have it? Now you have it. Okay? And this is how you put it into your zip tie on your small Unique and a Creek board. You see how all of these are in? And I'll give you a closer look. Here, move over to the mesh that's here. I'm going to take the zip tie. And we're going to make sure it's nice and secure. It ain't coming off. It ain't coming out. Once you pulled it down real good, I have to use this to cut my zip ties because my other one is in one of my bags. So that's cut. So we put this one in. So we want this petal from the one before to go over top of the one we just put in. So now I'm pulling off my little chip clips, right? There you go. And you just gotta mess with it right now and put it where you want to put it. It's fine. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's okay. Don't stress about it, because we gotta put the sign on. We gotta put some flowers in. So you're going to be messing with this several times. So don't stress about it too much. Take this chip clip off because we're done. Now we gotta move on to the next one. So let's do this all over again. Like I said, if it comes out, it's okay. It's okay. Don't stress about it. When I first did it, my first couple of times doing it, it was a little stressful. Okay, because it wasn't laying the way I wanted to. It kept coming out of my hand. I wasn't holding it tight enough. So don't worry about it. Just take your time. So we fold out our 42 inch. This is 21 inch times 2. So it's 42 inch poly deco mesh. You see how thin it is. We got to make it thicker so we can actually see the color. So we fold it over on itself. And this is where we use the little chip clips. We try to get it as even as possible, and it doesn't have to be perfect because you just saw we fold it over. Nobody sees that end. Nobody sees the end. But you just try to get it as close as possible, right? Take the chip clip, which that is not even at all because this is all the way over here. There you go. Chip clip. And you don't have to turn it like I'm turning it. I just like the area that I'm working for. I like it to be right in front of me. If that doesn't bother you, then don't worry about it. Take the chip clip. There you go. You do it in the middle. I fold this back over here. So this is the side I'm working on. I want this side to be the closest to me. I got a chip clip. I'm going to put it on this end. There you go. There you go. So now I always turn it around. Like I said, this is just me when I do it that way. Long as you pull it over, you're good. Don't worry about it. You're good. So we're going to take this in and we're going to fold it over like halfway. Just like we did the last one. Okay, we fold it over like halfway. We take this in, okay, because we want, this is the raw end, so we want this down first. We're going to take this in And we're going to come over maybe about 1.5 to 2 inches. And this is that fold over method. That fold over, when you're folding over this mesh, that's what you're doing. That's why you call it the fold over ruffle method. You take that chip clip and you put it on all of it. You remove this one in the middle, and then, like I said, I like to work with my end closest to me. I just turn it around. And I just clip down this end. So here we go. We got it again. Remember, this is the open end, so we don't want this open end on top. So we want to flip it over, because now that open end is on the bottom. This side over here looks a little bit. There you go. Now it looks even, right? So there you go. Now you can see we folded it over a couple of times, so now you can see that beautiful color that's in this ombre. As you can see, when we opened it up the first time, when it was thin, you couldn't really see it. Now you fold it over a couple of times, you can actually see that beautiful rose color ombre that's in this mesh. So we know we need to do the ruffle now, so we know this is our middle, so we're going to go right up the middle, right? This is supposed to be held with the little clip. Came out the little clip. There you go. And you see how these clips really help you. So that's why I said this style right here, you're really probably going to want the chip clips, because they really help you. So make sure if you have them that you get the chip clips, because they really make it easier. So we're going to ruffle up. Wait a minute, let me get my ribbon. Okay, I like to have my ribbon ready. We're going to ruffle right up the middle, just like we would do if we were doing a regular ruffle. Now this is a lot of mesh, like I said. See, you see how that's real thick? It's a lot of mesh. So if it doesn't go the first time, don't worry about it. Let it release it and then do it again. So I like to grab it like this. See how you have that? See, I grabbed it like that. And then I walk up my ribbon. You know, that's my crease, so I know that's my center. And then I like to put my ribbon in the center of the ribbon where the center of that ruffle is. So that's how you have it. So now we're going to get the unique and the creek board, and we're going to slide this into the last spot that's available. Remember, we're in row 3 on a small unique and a creek board. Row 3. They are numbered, so you know what number it is, but it's the 3rd row down from the outside. Okay, so we got to move our ribbon up. We want the one that we just put down to be over top of this one. We want to move our chip clips. And you want our ribbon to be on top of the mesh. I'm going to make sure we all are seated right. And you're gonna mess around with this ribbon. What I suggest you do, which is what I'm going to do, is I'm actually going to lay this when I put this sign on. To try to get rid of just a little bit of the poofiness. What I mean by that is this. I'm going to lay it like this. And I'm going to put something on it just to weigh it down to get rid of just a little bit of the poofiness. Because it's already a big wreath. I don't want it to be really high, like 7 inches high. And with this 21-inch mesh, it's a lot of mesh. So you may want to just weigh it down something. That's just a suggestion. You don't have to do that. It's just a suggestion. I just think it looks better when it's just a little flatter. Just a little flatter. Okay? So now I'm going to get my sign, which has dried. Of course, the E6000 is still drying underneath, but the glue has dried, and I'm going to take my pink Chanel stems. And we're going to find some holes and some loops, and we're going to put this in the center. And I really don't think it matters how it looks, so you really can understand how we put it in there. So I just flatten it out. You see how that's in there? See how your zip tie, it's real tight, and it's 8 of them, and we in row 3. That's how it should look. Okay, so now we're going to find 2 holes up here to put the Chanel Sims down through, and then the 2 holes in the bottom to put the Chanel Sims down to. And if you think the ribbon is not placed right, I have to fix it, so don't worry about that. If you're saying, Katrina, there's a lot more pink ribbon that I see than the green, don't worry about it. We're going to fix it. I see it, but I want to get my sign on. So I see you have to find the holes. Remember, you got a lot of mesh and ribbon. So I'm putting the Chanel stem through the same hole that I put the zip tie through. And for some reason I can get it on one side, but I can't get it on the other side. Alright, let me move stuff out the way. There you go. I had to move it over a little bit. It's covering the hole. And that's how it look on the back. And I'm just going to give it just like a good twist, not tighten it all the way, just once, because I want to see where my placement is. I may move it, who knows. Just right here. I'm doing the same thing. I'm putting it in the same hole that the zip tie was in. I just can't see it. Still in my way, I can't see it. I'm just coming off so I can actually see the hole. Okay, there you go. I got it. Come off the screen, off the board for a little bit. All right. So I didn't think at first I was gonna like this, but I really love this now. I'm gonna have to do some more like this. And I'm just pulling my ribbon from underneath the sign, because when I push the sign down, it grabs some of the ribbon. So I'm just pulling the ribbon out from underneath the sign, and I'm not pulling, because now I can secure it, because I see that's a good spot. And I always cover the back of my boards, all of my wreaths, with felt. So this will get covered with felt. You don't have to do that. I just do it. It's just what I do. But like I said, you don't have to do that. That's just an extra added step that I do. I don't like my customers to see the board that the wreath is, or the frame that the wreath is made on. That's just me. Not something you have to do. And I just lay it flat, because I'm going to cover that with felt anyway. You know what? I didn't even look and see where the top of the board was. Ha ha, Katrina, ha ha. So I did not look and see what the top of the board is. So that may happen. So okay, let me show you guys. Where's the unique and creep board at? Okay, let me show you. Oh, my back hurt. Okay. On your unique and a creek board, you're gonna see. You see how you have two, and then you got all of these holes bunched up here, and here in the middle at the top, you're gonna see 2 deeper holes. See how those are deeper? That's your top. Okay, so that's where your top's supposed to be, because that's where you actually put your hook so you can hang the wreath. Okay, so I did not pay attention to that. But I'm not going to move it today. We're not going to do that today. This is going to be my top. This is going to be my top. So these 2 right here is going to be where my top is, or somewhere in here. It's going to be where my top is. Okay? Because I've already attached it. So you don't do the same thing I did. Make sure you know where your top is. That way you know where you put your sign in. Put your sign in right. Okay? I just did it wrong. Now, I may later on take it off and put it on, but for time's sake tonight, and the fact that my back is killing me, we're not going to go through that extra step. But what do you guys think about this style? Like, I'm not used to doing this, but I'm liking the style. Now, this is what I did with the ribbon. Okay, this is what I did with the ribbon. The pink on the right side, I put on top of the green. Okay, so the green is on top of the pink ribbon on the left side, but I pulled the pink over the green for the left side, right? So the right side ribbon, you got the green on top of the pink. The left side ribbon, you got the pink on top of the green. So this is the left side of these two ribbon tails right here. This is the left side, so the green is on top of the pink. We're going to go over to the right side, and we're going to pull the pink on top of the green. So you get green, pink, green, pink, green, pink. And I'll fix it because maybe I'm out of line with one of them. Maybe not. But I'll go through, and you just go through and check. And this is just me. This is just me doing it. You can have red, white, and blue. You can have whatever color you want. So it's up to you. Right there, you can't see the. There you go. You don't see the green. You thought it was two pinks next to each other. And like I said, I think when you lay it down, like get this to lay a little flatter, I think it would even look even better. That's just me. You don't have to do that. That's just me being extra. That's just me. So once again, this is the left side, and I got the green on top of the pink, right? And now I'll pull the pink and put it on top of the green. Okay, that's what I'm doing here. And then we're going, the green is on top of the pink. This is the left side. And we're going to pull the pink and put it on top of the green. And remember that these are secure in here, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't want to yank it like you trying to rip it apart, but you can pull on it a little bit because it's in here pretty good with that zip tie. So you got the green, and then you got the pink on top of the green over here. You got the green, and then you got the pink on top of the green here. Okay, you got the green, and then you got the pink on top of the green here. You got the green, the pink on top of the green. So we got it all, right? We got it all. Some just look a little tighter than others, but hey, I just think that's gorgeous. What do y'all think? I'm loving that. I think once it lays down a little flatter, it'll even, like this side is flatter because yesterday I had it laying down. This is just the new two sides here that I put on, so it's a lot fuller. Now I wasn't thinking about putting flowers on it, but then I went and I was looking through my flower bed, my flower boxes that I have, and I saw this really pretty pale pink type of little kind of like filler flowers. So I said, well, you know what, I'm gonna try and see what they look like putting them in here. So I'm gonna try it out. I may or may not underneath the, I may have to cut it down some, but I'm thinking about putting it like right underneath there. Let me cut it down some, because you got all this mesh, so it has enough stuff to hook onto. So you put it, I only took 4 out because we have 8 ties. And you know, my Mother's Day wreaths, I always like to have some sort of floral in it sometimes, depending on what it is. So I like to have some sort of floral down in it. So I'm just going to stick this in. And what I'm going to do is go every other. I'm not going to put it in every one. So that's one ribbon. I'm going to miss this one, and we're going to go in between here. Let me see. And we're going to go here. Let me cut this down some. So what do you guys think? Tell me what you think about this. Making my wreaths, but I wanted to use that 21-inch beautiful ombre mesh. and I wanted to do something different. I don't like to just come and do videos with you guys, and you know, you guys get bored with what I do because it's the same thing each and every time. I don't want that to happen when it comes to my Facebook channel. You know, I want you guys to be like, okay, what is she doing today? I know she's doing something crazy, because I'm always doing something different. So I'm just putting this in, and we put here, we skip that one, we're going to put in between this one here. Okay, so we skip this two, and we put it in between these two right here. I think it just gives it a little something. It blends in, but I think it gives it a little something. And it blends in when you're looking at it on the video, but when you're looking at it in person, it just gives it that little, ooh, pretty look. And that's kind of what you want for Mother's Day. You want it to have that pretty look. My grandson and my husband is up there having a good old flipping time. Oh my goodness. So what do you guys think? I don't know. I gotta sleep on. I don't know. Maybe I want a white to stand out a little more. Maybe I'll go in between the pink and I'll put white, just to bring it out a little bit more, because I think that pink just blends in a little bit too much. Maybe we should try a white. I do like it, so maybe I may come in between with some sort of white floral. Let's see. I think I have something here, but it's not what I want to try. So I'll have to mess around with it, but I'm liking the way it is. You guys let me know. But this is the finished product of what I've had so far. Let me move it closer to you guys so you guys can really see it. But that's it there. And since we did the fold over ruffle method and we doubled up the 21-inch mesh, you see how you see that beautiful ombre color. You can actually see the color now that it's been folded over. You know, and you can actually, you know, you can see the difference in the color, which is great. And that's exactly what I was going for, because if you just use it plain, then you're not going to really get that ombre color at all. So thank you guys. I didn't want to be on too long tonight. I need to get some rest. I'm really tired. If I missed your comments, you know, you just comment and I will definitely get back to you. If you have any questions, please ask your questions. I love when you guys ask me questions, because that's what I'm here for. I want to be here for you guys to teach you guys how to make the wreaths. So if you have any questions about material, how I did it, or you want to see me do it again, definitely ask me. I can always put on another tutorial for you guys. If you're watching me on Facebook, please like and subscribe and follow me on Facebook. If you have a YouTube, I know I have a lot of Facebook followers, and I need to build up my YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel and comment and watch my videos on YouTube. That just helps my business grow. You guys know that most businesses need social media now to grow. It's not about being a brick and mortar. It's about how many people watch your videos and how many people like and follow and subscribe to you on social media. That's how your business grows. So if you guys can help me out with that, I would greatly appreciate it. And thank you to the ones that already have followed, liked, and subscribed and watched my videos. I do appreciate it. So, you know, like I said at the end of every video, I want you guys to be safe until I see you later. Bye.